What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Southern Roots Podcast. Some exciting stuff happened this weekend in college football. Also, it was opening of deer season for the rifles. So we've got some stuff to talk about there. Also, going to have probably a guest towards the end of the show.
Yeah.
But before we get into all that, let's plug the social media real quick, and then we'll jump right into this thing.
Yes, sir. We have a Facebook page, TikTok, a Instagram, and a Facebook. Y'all go like, follow, subscribe. Give us some interaction. It'll be greatly appreciated. Everything is at The Southern Roots.
The Southern Roots. That's right. Your camera went blurry like right when you started talking. I was like, what in the world? Anyways. So, y'all want to start with pick'ems? Y'all want to start with
Dude,
we have to start. I haven't even looked at my pick'ems. I just said
Let's go over pick'ems.
Yeah,
I have no idea what anybody went last week.
I went 7-3.
Oh, so you had a good week.
nice.
I had a couple picks. For sure I know that was different than y'all.
Oof. I did not do good.
Did you not do good for real?
I went 4-6.
I went 6-4.
Let's go. I got a game back for sure. I'm still in last place.
You got a few on me.
I'm still in last place. All
I
right.
don't lie. LSU's starting to scare me a little bit.
Yeah, that's starting to look pretty good.
They are
well,
getting a
I do
lot better.
I thought for sure this would be a letdown game for them against Arkansas, and they went out there and freaking walloped them 34-10.
Yeah, I was hoping that Miami dropped the game finally. They were being played close for a while, and then all of a sudden, it was no longer close.
And 52-45, that's not a blowout by no means.
That's called no defense, is what that is. I mean, you're looking at, what is that, 97 points?
Yeah.
That's insane. 97 points in a football game is nuts.
We also want to talk about no defense. Nebraska.
Yeah, brother, their defense decided to
Where did it
stay at
go?
home. It didn't show up.
7 to
It didn't travel.
56. Oh,
Nebraska
goodness.
defense did not travel.
I don't know if Indiana's actually legit or if
Dude, I've heard that they are.
Nebraska's bad.
I've heard.
I mean, I know Nebraska's not good. Yeah, I'm curious to see because they have to play Ohio State, I think, in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Oh, is it? I thought it was this week.
It might
Maybe this week.
It might
If it is, then it'll be one of our pick'ems.
It is. Oh, I don't know if it'll be one of our pick'ems. No. I'm looking at it now. They're predicted to win by 25.5.
Ohio State is?
Yeah.
Is a freaking ranked team? That's crazy.
Nebraska's not ranked.
I'm talking about Indiana.
No, Indiana.
Oh, I thought you said Nebraska. My bad. No.
If I did, I didn't mean to. I'm going to say Indiana.
Okay. I don't know what you said. I just heard y'all talking about Nebraska. I'm up here at football land.
Indiana.
Schedule.
Yeah. It
They
was.
play Washington this week. Indiana does.
They play Ohio State November 23rd.
Oh, they got.
So they have Washington, Michigan State, Michigan, Ohio State, and Purdue. So yeah, Indiana's probably going to have one loss at the end of this year.
I heard that.
By the way, Michigan. This is how my brain works. So it went from you said Michigan, then it went to Michigan Texas game, then it went from Texas to Oklahoma, Oklahoma to South Carolina, all in that little like. Oklahoma's bad, guys. Like,
What?
Oklahoma. What did you just say?
It's so confusing what you're talking about. We're talking about Indiana.
I know, but you were saying their schedule, and I said this is how my brain works. So you said Indiana plays so and then you said Michigan and then Michigan State. So my brain, when it heard Michigan, it went from Michigan to Texas, Texas to Oklahoma. Like,
Why though?
I couldn't tell you, and then it got to Michigan and the South Carolina, or not Michigan, Oklahoma and the South Carolina game, brother.
South Carolina's a sneaky team. I'm actually glad Georgia doesn't have to play on this.
Oklahoma's bad though.
Yes.
Yeah, but also South Carolina's not as bad as people thought.
I agree with that too.
South Carolina's defense is legit. I mean, they got some serious edge rushers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
So
Yeah, so we got a little off track there with that Oklahoma deal and South Carolina stuff, but
my Raging Cages came through again.
they did. I picked them as well. I got the next one right, and I think y'all got it wrong.
Yeah, the Alabama-Tennessee game.
I picked.
Not upset I got that one wrong.
I guess Tennessee, right?
My thing is, you kind of, in the back of your head, you like, it would be better for Bama to have won out. You know what I mean? Like, it would look better for Georgia
I worry about
if Bama would have won out. Oh, I mean, I'm not either.
I mean, honestly, them losing to Tennessee isn't
bad for us neither.
It isn't bad. Them losing to Vandy doesn't look so great for Georgia. But them losing to Tennessee, for one, we get to play Tennessee later this year. Tennessee's not a bad football team.
No, they're good.
My team. And Alabama, they had the athletes.
Bro,
Oh, for sure.
I
seen it.
what's his name? Ryan Williams or whatever?
Yeah.
The 17-year-old everybody talks about?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just had to. I'm so
Did y'all not know he was 17?
I'm so
17,
sick of
guys.
that.
Did y'all know that?
Yeah, I'm so sick of that crap. But
It is kind of impressive.
I mean, legit, it is. But he was targeted 19 times in one football game.
Yeah.
That's insane, brother.
No, did y'all see them do the little fadeaway jump shot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's also nuts. Like, what are we doing?
And didn't get it?
Yeah, like, if you get it, I can understand the jump shot, kind of. But, brother, what are you doing out there?
I don't know what's going on with Bama. I don't know. I think they got really up for Georgia. I think Georgia was scared to come out aggressive because they were scared to get down early and still got down early without playing aggressive, so it didn't matter. I also think that's why Georgia came out and played so aggressive this week, because they learned from Bama from the Bama game.
Yeah.
That if you don't come out aggressive, you still may dig yourself a huge hole. So just come out aggressive.
Yes.
So I think Bama came out really ready to play against us. I don't think they're a bad football team. I just think they're not as good as they had been. I think I even said at the beginning of the year they have a chance to go 10-2 this year. Didn't really see 3 losses. That's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
LSU on the schedule.
And don't they have A&M?
Yeah, I'm not saying they have Texas A&M, I think.
They might. Let me see.
I think they do.
Yeah, I wonder what their remaining schedule is, because at this point, like, 4 losses ain't out the question. I mean, I doubt it.
Yeah.
Like,
that would be nuts.
But I mean, Alabama is seriously 2 plays away.
Missouri this week.
Where
in Brian Denny.
Okay.
At home. But they play LSU next. Well, they got a bye. Then they play LSU. Then they play Mercer, Oklahoma, and Auburn. Auburn is at home as well. They're at Brian Denny.
So they don't play A&M. But, I mean, could they lose to Missouri? Sure. Should they? No.
Oh, speaking of Missouri, did y'all see what happened?
Oh, yeah.
Their
Brady
quarterback?
Cook's out.
Dude, that's insane. Dude went to the hospital and came back.
Oh, yeah. He's the one that came back. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's wild.
And then brought your team back to a victory. That's even crazier.
Did you see the play where he went to go run and then just basically sat down?
Yes.
I did not see that.
So he went to go run, sat down because he was hurting. And apparently they took him to the hospital, comes back, and then was running all over them like nothing was wrong.
Yeah, they shot him up, son. They gave him the juice.
Whatever.
I need that juice.
I need some of that, because that was insane.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think there's a good chance that Bama misses out at this point on a 12-team playoff, which I did not think would happen.
I didn't either.
Because I think they for sure lose one more game.
Really?
If they don't lose to Missouri, I think they lose to LSU.
Is LSU in Death Valley?
No. Yes, I think
I
it
was
was.
gonna say I'm like not 100. I'm like 95% sure.
Yes,
It's at LSU at night.
yeah, it's gonna be at night, of course. It says to be determined, but it's gonna be at night.
It's gonna be at night. So yeah, I think 3 losses you don't get in this year.
I don't think so either. Especially now when there's a potential for undefeated teams still.
So you know what's crazy? The 3 favorites in the SEC this year were Georgia, Texas, and Bama. Neither one of those teams are number 1 or number 2 in conference play at the moment.
It's because they all played each other.
LSU and Texas A&M are number 1 and number 2 in the SEC because they have no SEC losses.
Yes, but
Which both of them. So Texas plays Texas A&M at the end of the year.
but
LSU and A&M are about to play.
So A&M played Florida at the beginning of the season. Florida wasn't looking good at the beginning of the season. They're looking okay right now. They played Arkansas. Arkansas, you never know what you're going to get from Arkansas. And then they beat the dog crap out of Missouri, which we've kind of found out Missouri is not what we thought they're going to be.
Yes.
And they've played Mississippi State. Mississippi State is last in the SEC. LSU. Hold on, I'm getting to it now. LSU in conference has played South Carolina. That was a dogfight.
That was a dogfight.
They played Ole Miss, another dogfight.
Yeah.
And they beat the crap out of Arkansas.
Ole Miss has 2 losses now?
Yes.
I missed the LSU
And LSU.
Ole Miss game.
So that means actually, I think Ole Miss was like the number 4 team in the SEC coming to you.
They were.
So all 4 of the top teams supposedly in the SEC the favorites coming into the year none of them are number 1 or number 2 in the SEC, which
Right.
was a wild stat to think whenever Texas A&M lost their first game of the year and LSU lost their first game of the year.
Yeah.
And here they are, number 1 and number 2 are tied for number 1, however you want to do it, in the SEC. I mean, it's going to work itself out.
Yeah.
They're going. I mean, for one, they're about to play each other, so one of them's about to have an SEC loss. And then like Texas,
What if they don't?
got Texas at the end of the year.
I don't think that's possible.
Just kidding.
LSU still got Bama, so
LSU, I feel like got a pretty workable schedule though. I will say, if they get past Bama, and these next 2 games mean a lot, obviously.
Yeah.
The Texas A&M game and the Bama game, because
this game is a must win for the both of them.
Yeah.
There's a chance
Obviously, that doesn't happen.
more so for Texas A&M than LSU, because Texas A&M has a less chance of beating Texas than LSU has of beating Bama.
I could agree with that.
Yes. I do.
So it's a more must win for Texas A&M because they could still drop LSU. They could beat LSU and still drop Texas, and everybody's got the 1 loss. LSU can lose, beat Bama, 1 loss, which is going to make for a crazy end of the year.
It could get crazy for sure,
Yeah.
but I just think it'll work itself. It always does.
There's a possibility where everyone has.
Yeah, the possibility where we have a bunch of 1-loss SEC teams in SEC play. Because, like, obviously Georgia or Tennessee is going to have
Another loss.
one of them is going to have 2 losses at a minimum.
Yeah.
Ole Miss potentially have 3 losses. That could be Georgia's second loss. But you could have theoretically Texas with 1 loss, Georgia with 1 loss, LSU with 1 loss, and A&M with 1 loss. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
That's insane.
Wait, say that again.
Georgia, Texas, A&M, and LSU could all end the season with one SEC loss.
Not Texas.
Not
A&M.
Texas.
They play each other.
That's right.
So it's 3.
So it'd be 3. And the good thing is Georgia has the head-to-head against Texas.
So, do you think there is a possibility that, well, maybe this is not a more so possibility question, but What do you think about if Georgia doesn't win out, we probably won't make it to the SEC championship?
Right.
Correct, right?
Yeah.
You think we miss the playoffs if we don't make it to the championship?
With 2 losses?
Personally, I don't think so. But it might just depend who we lose to. If we lose to Ole Miss, and then that's their 2-loss team, we're a 2-loss team, they beat us, they should get in before we do.
Yeah, because technically, like, if Georgia does have a second loss, let's say it's to Tennessee, right? I mean, Tennessee probably finished the season with 1 SEC loss. So they have a good, legitimate chance of being in the SEC championship. And same thing with A&M. Like, say their only loss is to Texas. So it really depends on who the losses come to. If it comes to Ole Miss, it makes it a little bit more difficult to have that argument because Ole Miss still has a chance. I don't know what their remaining schedule. I imagine they have a chance to drop one somewhere.
Ole Miss?
Yeah.
I
mean, we were saying they had a cake scheduled earlier this year, and now here they are with 2 losses.
Yeah, well, nobody expected them to lose to Kentucky.
That is
They lost to Kentucky.
That's valid.
And they lost to LSU, which is, that's a good loss, I will say.
Yeah. So who do they have remaining?
Oklahoma, they're about to beat the dog crap out of them. Arkansas. I mean,
Yeah,
and
at
it's at Arkansas.
You never know.
So,
Obviously, you got Georgia.
yeah, that's in order. Oklahoma, Arkansas, Georgia. So it's at Arkansas, at Georgia. No, we go to them. And then at Florida, and then play Mississippi State.
Dude, I mean, they have a chance of dropping at Florida. At this rate, Florida's on the up, Ole Miss is on the down.
Yeah,
And they have time to right the ship, obviously. So, yeah, the SEC is going to get a little funky. I don't know that with 2 losses, Georgia gets left out.
I wouldn't think
But
so.
with the way the SEC is this year, it's a chance because there's a chance that Texas has 2 losses. And there's a chance that Bama stays with only 2 losses. And then they had the head-to-head against us. Like, there's just so many possibilities. It's hard to tell.
Oh, yeah. The good thing is,
But, I mean, Vandy may go and upset Texas this week.
brother, that would be
That would be insane.
It's at home.
You cannot look over Vandy no more.
You can't.
Who's Vandy?
They're ranked.
What's Vandy's
They're
record?
ranked, bro.
What's Vandy's record? I can't remember.
I don't.
4-2, I think.
These are 2 losses too.
Hold on, I'm getting to it.
Golly. Flipping.
They have lost to freaking Georgia State.
Yeah, that's right. I knew it was somebody crazy.
And Missouri. So they only have 1 SEC loss.
Correct.
That's insane. to
But they
think that
play
Vandy
Texas this week.
They're 1 game away from going bowling for the first time in.
They play Texas this week. They play at Auburn. They play South Carolina, at LSU, and then Tennessee.
They definitely drop a couple more for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're going to look like you look at the remaining schedule for one.
Chance they went out, bro.
I just looked at their thing. I can't remember what it's called. I saw a graphic of it. They're still predicted to lose all their remaining games.
Yes.
Now, some of them's only at like 46%. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
It's the same thing. Yeah.
It's basically a 50-50. So, but like they're obviously going to upset somebody again. It's going to happen.
I think so. I don't think it's
Probably 2 of them. Like Auburn.
It's not going to be Texas. Texas is going to beat the dog crap.
No, Texas is going to come out pissed.
Yeah.
Texas is about to be so pissed.
I love it.
I actually legitimately feel this is going to be the first time. I think I said this this weekend. This is going to be the first time that Vandy has more fans than the opposing team in their own stadium,
And they're going to
and they're going to get freaking walloped.
I don't even think that's going to be true.
We'll see. I think you might be surprised.
Oh, I plan on probably watch. I do plan on watching the game, at least some of it. I ain't gonna watch.
It's only going to be a game until the first 15 minutes is up.
I don't even know if it's still on after that. Before
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's as long as that game lasts. I mean, Texas is going to come out ready to roll. So I mean, we hit on the Georgia Texas game a little bit. Oh, I guess we got.
no, we didn't even. I'm about to say we just.
Yeah, let's finish.
Anyway, so I went 7-3.
4-6.
All
Went
right, so
6-4.
let's go to this week's stuff instead of going back through all that junk.
Yeah.
We get a little sidetrack when it starts to college football, boy. We just go on and on and on. Oh,
Was this week 9? I got all my picks done.
I do not. I'm doing them right now.
Same.
Oh boy,
Brother, what are these picks, dog?
what's up?
Bunch of these small schools. Not small schools, but
I mean, the last 5 of them aren't that small. I wouldn't say they're small, bro. Why you hate
All right, let's start running down. There's some
Washington versus Indiana?
I got Indiana.
I'm going with the Hoosiers.
So am I.
Picked against them last week. Ain't making that mistake again. I apologize.
It's kind of what I was thinking.
Tuckers beat them brains in. BYU,
BYU, UCF.
CF.
BYU.
Yeah,
Bowling Green and Toledo.
By the way, I never knew that they were the Bowling Green Falcons. I've only heard them referred to as Bowling Green.
same.
Yes.
But I went with Toledo.
I did too. And so did literally just about everyone else.
Yeah. Texas Tech and TCU.
I got 10.
I'm
Texas Tech.
going Horned Frogs, baby.
Oh, that's one different on. UNL Monroe, South Alabama.
Not picking them.
You're not picking UNL Monroe?
I just picked a team. I went with
I picked them. You know why I picked them? That's where all the Robertsons went.
Oh well, I already picked now. That's a good.
That's where Phil Robertson started. Yeah, that's where Terry Bradshaw.
That's right. Yep.
They're also that was the little team that beat Bama before Nick Saban went on his freaking tear in the SEC.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was their embarrassing loss.
I knew they lost to a smaller team.
I'm pretty sure it was them. I'm also pretty sure that's where the Robertsons went. I'm really hoping that's true because I just really kind of stood on that and based my pick on it. Oh, West Virginia and Arizona. Yeah, I feel like every time I pick West Virginia, they lose. So they're on them.
I
want West Virginia to do good so bad.
I like West Virginia.
because I like that song.
Yeah.
West Virginia.
By the way, I heard this thing. Like, there's a bunch of schools that have songs, right? They get the crowd. Like West Virginia has that song. Alabama's Dixieland Delight. You have
We can't say LSU's.
yeah. So there was a couple other songs. So you have Tennessee's Rocky Top, and there was another one. But Georgia does not have a song that like they play every single game. Everybody gets crazy hyped about. But I don't have any suggestions. Like, can you think of a song?
No, like you want us to come up with a song for everybody to get hyped to?
Yeah, that would be
Like, if you could pick a song, if you could pick a song, do you have one in your head that you could think of?
Not really.
It's like, what's crazy is at first it's like, well, it's got to be like Georgia themed, right? It's not necessarily true because if I'm not mistaken, Dixieland Delight's about Tennessee.
Yeah, I think it is.
I have no idea.
So, okay, it's like the only song I can think of off the top of my head that is about Georgia is that "Love You Son, Go Dogs" song.
So slow to get hyped to.
Yeah, but I mean, like, Country Roads isn't it?
It's got to be like a banger or a great sing along. because that's all country roads. Is.
Yeah,
Sing-along.
Yeah.
Like you just have to. Well, and so is Dixieland Delight or whatever it's called.
Well,
like,
man,
It's not a banger, but it's a
No.
sing along.
What?
Like,
this pains me to say. I'm not gonna lie. I catch myself singing that stupid Rocky Top song.
I've never. Never.
I don't know why it is so catchy to me.
that's tragic.
I sing it all the time. I was singing it Saturday at Seth's.
Yeah, he was.
That's insane.
I can't help it, dude. I don't know what it is.
I
It's
did get out.
catchy.
I did get out the bucket truck and sung it Monday at Homie Cheese at work.
Old Tim.
Yeah.
So anyway, if anybody has like an idea, because I really don't know, let us know, because I'm kind of curious if there's even a song that would really fit.
That's actually that's a good question.
If not, can somebody please make one?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be sick.
Let's make
Like,
it.
there's got to be a country singer that went to Georgia that loves Jason Aldean.
Luke Bryan's from Georgia.
He didn't go to Georgia, but he loves the dogs.
Yeah, Jason Aldean. Yeah, Luke Bryan.
Oh, dude, all kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bunch of.
Well, Luke Bryan went to Georgia.
I think
to,
Brantley Gilbert's Georgia Bulldog. A Brantley Gilbert song
That
would be.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would go
didn't even
hard.
think about Brantley Gilbert.
That would be kind of legit.
Read me my rights. That's
that
crazy.
kind of fits right now, low key.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, bro, that's crazy.
Well, he's not wrong though. That's why I said
It's so sad.
God, it is not wrong.
Oh, that's so aggravating. I don't like talking about it. Let's hear about it.
Yeah, sorry. When we talked about West Virginia, it just made me think of that.
I got
Penn State, Wisconsin
I got Penn State. Wisconsin. That's a bad football team.
Oh, yeah.
has their 5-2.
Yeah, I mean,
apparently I got Penn State.
LSU and A&M. This is our game of the week, so if y'all don't want to go over, we don't have to.
I got it picked, but I'm not confident right
I
now.
have it picked, and I'm not confident either, so I kind of don't want to get held to it right now.
I don't have it picked, so I'm not even gonna attempt it right now.
So this next game I don't have picked because I'm so confused. Michigan State and Michigan. Like, I don't know anything about Michigan State, but what I do know about Michigan isn't great.
Michigan?
Michigan's
That's a
a 5-point
team.
Yeah, they're a 5-point favorite. Michigan is.
That's a bad offense for sure.
Bad offense, man.
I got
So
The
bad.
line's 4.
I got Michigan at home.
I really want to go Michigan State because I think Michigan State don't get to win a whole lot against Michigan, and they know this is a good time to do it.
I mean, yeah.
And whenever they do win against Michigan, it is hilarious.
I got Michigan
No.
State.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, 78% of people are going to Michigan. Because it got to be Michigan State, right?
I mean, honestly,
That's what I'm going with. All right, and then Cincinnati and Colorado.
I went Colorado simply because
Yeah, I did
Cincinnati
too.
has no defense. Like none. I mean, they just allowed 54 points last week. No, that was Louisiana. Never mind. Just kidding. But they don't have. I mean, Cincinnati's defense is not that great either.
I don't know much about them, to be honest with you.
me neither.
I don't want Colorado just because, as much as I don't want to admit it, Shadur is kind of him.
I got Cosmic.
They're only a 4-point favorite.
Yeah. I feel like anytime I pick Colorado, they lose too, so.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing.
Well, I need y'all to pick the other team then.
It's not happening, brother.
All right. Well, I think me and Shane are the same on every one.
Are we?
I think. No, you.
We don't know the LSU A&M.
Who'd you go with? Michigan State.
Michigan State.
State.
I think.
We don't.
I think we're the
You
same.
said you want State. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got for LSU A&M?
I don't.
You don't
I
have
don't
points.
have it picked like at all.
So we have a potential to have that one incorrect. Oh, never mind. Remind me to ask something about Dylan after the thing.
All right. Well, there's our picks. So, y'all want to talk about the Texas game, the Georgia Texas game?
Oh, we talked a little bit about it.
Jalen Walker
He's
him?
an animal, bro.
ridiculous. So you don't know what I really think it was. Like he's been good all year, obviously. I think he really got to shine because Michael Williams was healthy and was in there, and so they couldn't just focus on just him because you have to pay attention to Williams. Because if it wasn't Walker doing it, then it was Williams doing it.
I agree.
So you have to you can't just focus on Walker like they've been doing, and he's been beating it all year.
Yeah.
Even get double team and all this other stuff when they were to focus on him. But then as soon as you compliment him with Michael Williams, I mean that was disgusting, especially when they were on the field together.
Yes.
In the offseason, them two went to the same camp and all. Like they were with
They
each other.
play very similar.
Yeah, they do.
It was the same camp. They went like the whole offseason.
Similar body, everything about them similar body styles, similar play styles.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I just think Michael's a little longer arms and a little taller.
yeah,
It also seemed like if he was on the field, he was
around the ball.
he was
no
involved in
matter
everything.
where it was.
Unless it was way downfield, which wasn't often.
But even in coverage, he was doing the freaking.
Yeah.
He almost picked off the first throw of the game.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, he was everywhere. Like I was impressed with that number 40 from LSU because he's been all over the field making every defensive play for LSU. That's what I feel like with Walker this week. I mean, dude was a different animal.
Yeah, it was insane. I do love the aggression by the defensive coordinator too. I can't remember the last time I seen just an all-out corner blitz like that.
Oh my god!
Oh, dude.
And it was, it was
I'm not gonna lie.
disguised so good.
Oh, dude, he was man to man on him.
Oh yeah, he was
Like-
in his grill, and then just all of a sudden he is not.
Did you imagine what the receiver thought
Yeah,
when Everett just said, "F it," and the receiver's like, "Wait a second, what?"
Yeah, I'm wide open now. I don't understand why.
Yeah, viewers had. I thought he was going to kill him.
Oh, dude, I did too. He didn't let up a second. Like,
No,
Like, you better be glad that ain't a very big corner.
yeah, that was
because that probably hurt. Like, I know it hurt, but if he was a big dude, that like a big corner, that would have.
Now I will say I've said a lot of not great things about.
I was
Liam
about to say
I've said a lot of, but now I feel like they've all been valid.
they have.
And I think I've also said that I will apologize when he shows me.
Yeah.
He played a freaking ball game
Yeah.
Saturday.
He did.
He dang sure did.
He was breaking stuff up.
He got
He
a
was
pick.
freaking he was laying wood like.
You see Kirby. He's like
He's
should.
just running to the house. It's like, what? Man was laid on the ground.
He said he did good, but he could have did he could have did a little bit better and took it to the house.
Yeah. So I'll give it to him. This game, he turned up and played with probably the potential everybody's thought. I mean, even I've thought that because he's always been there,
Yeah.
just not there.
Especially this year. He's been there. Like
He's been on top of him, like been at the right spot.
Yeah. He's just they're just
And typically it's only a matter of time before it all comes together, and it all came together against Texas.
thank good.
He played a heck of a game. Walker played a heck of a game. Williams played a heck of a game. Dawkins, who's that other big boy?
Which one, Christian Miller or Stackhouse?
And Stackhouse.
dude. The whole front defensive line
It was
insane. Like,
it was impressive to watch. I'm not gonna lie, the targeting calls did not surprise me. I've been saying for a while that Dan Jackson's going to get called for targeting. This worker hits too hard to not eventually get called for, because that's half of what they look for. You lay somebody out, they instantly look for targeting.
Yeah.
And that Joker's been coming in with no regard for his life or the other person's all year.
He don't care.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
so
And I love
my thing is, the one call that I thought was for sure targeting didn't get called targeting. Shark, or however you say his name, Texas coach, Sharkeesian, yeah. He even called a timeout. I guarantee, hoping that they would look.
They did look at it.
And they didn't call it.
As far as I understand, they did look at it and didn't call it.
I think the booth just looked at it. I don't think they ever actually did it.
Yeah.
Which is like
they just gave the booth more time to look at it.
Like, that was the most one to me.
Dan Jackson's was... So once I found out the actual... So I didn't realize that you didn't have to make...
A little bit.
I didn't realize you didn't have to make contact to the head.
So my thing is, it's supposed to protect the ball carrier.
No, not no more.
No, it's supposed to protect everybody.
Now it's supposed to protect the person hitting them too.
Yeah. And so I didn't realize, I thought it was just, it can't be targeting unless there's helmet to helmet. That's not the case anymore. If you lead with the crown of your helmet at all,
you hit whatever body part,
it could be considered targeting. I didn't realize that. So Georgia's going to have to be real careful because a lot of our guys do that. I think a lot of people that hit really hard in general do, because it's kind of, as somebody who's played football, I mean, you've played football, you know, as somebody who's played football, it is a whole lot easier to hit harder when your head is down.
Yeah.
You lose momentum, and I don't know what it is about from here to here, but you lose something. I don't know, because you can't get as low naturally, like your body won't allow you, or what, but you lose something when you have to have your face mask up.
Yeah.
I understand why you do it. I do. But people that hit really, really hard, majority of the time, their head's down. You can, I don't care. You could pull anybody. I will challenge anybody on this. You could pull anybody from any team that consistently hits people hard, and I'd be willing to bet that more than half the time when they smoke somebody, their head is down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, rather they actually hit them with their helmet, because a lot of times they're just getting them clean with the shoulder, which is great. That's what you want.
That's the goal.
But, yeah, that's the goal. But majority of the time, whenever they lay somebody out, I guarantee their face mask is straight at the ground.
I agree. That's coming from a defensive player. Like, I mean, which you play defense too. So,
yeah.
I mean, tackling is what we both did majority of our life, as far as football wise goes. So, like, as a defensive guy, you try and hit, like, your goal is to hit whoever it is as hard as you possibly can.
Yeah.
So
you're trying to jar the ball loose. You're trying. You don't want them to. You want the ball carrier or the receiver to be hesitant to catch the ball, or the running back to be hesitant to come through the hole. Like, that's part of your job.
Yes.
Obviously, you have other jobs, but I mean, you're supposed, as a defensive player, you're supposed to be bringing the contact, not absorbing the contact.
Right. Correct.
And as an offensive player, you're supposed to be avoiding the contact.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize that was the rule. It makes it difficult. And I think Georgia, especially after this game, because now referees are going to be looking for it, Georgia's going to have to be careful.
I don't know how you had this with Dan Jackson. That dude.
I don't know how. I've been saying for a while that joker, I mean, it's obvious.
I mean, that joker comes in just like a missile, like, out of nowhere. He straight
up leave his feet. Like, and it's like, you can't have your face mask up when your feet are on the ground.
Yeah, he's like not on the screen, and then next thing you know, he's tackling
17.
Yeah, just blowing stuff up. So, okay, so we're about 40 minutes in. We got to get to the guest, but I also want to talk about, if we can make it quick because it's already been beat for the past 3 days. Well, however many days it's been, 3, I think. Yeah. The egregious pass interference call. Okay, so did they get the call right?
Yes.
Yes.
Eventually, yes.
They did. Was it pass interference on the defense? No. Was it? I don't think it was pass interference, period.
No, I didn't mind it. But if it gets called on anybody, it needs to be called. Me and Seth, when we were watching together, and we saw the call, and we saw the replay, we looked at each other. I was like, dude, I would be livid.
Man.
Oh,
if I was in Texas.
100%.
That's be it. For one, if you look at the replay, the last person to be touching the other player is Arian Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which also, there had to be some type of miscommunication or something there with that route. Anyways, that's besides the point. We can.
I think the contact probably threw off Arian Smith. It threw off the timing of it. The contact is what I think. And I think that's why the ball was thrown so bad. I don't think the ball was necessarily thrown so bad as much as the timing was off. Because on that route right there, the ball's supposed to be at them as they're turning around.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so the contact messes that timing up.
Agree.
And so I think that's where, but I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I saw it, me and Seth both said, I would rather it not stand.
For sure.
For the simple fact of we won the game, right? If we won the game and that play stood as it was as defensive,
that's the reason we would have won the game.
That's the only thing we would have heard is Georgia won the game because of a BS call.
Yeah.
Well, that is indeed not the case because now here it is. Y'all got the call and still lost.
Yes.
But if y'all didn't, that's all we would have heard.
I wish it wouldn't have been turned over the way it did.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah. My thing is, at that point, you just can't overturn it. Like, first of all, it's not even an overturnable penalty. Like, it's not a reviewable flag. It's not none of that.
My understanding of the way penalties work is a guy throws a flag, right? And if we're all three referees, I throw the flag.
Right.
Then we have a meeting. I tell you what I saw. And if anybody has any objections, it takes place in that. I mean, that's why you have seen people pick up the flag and say, correct, there is no penalty in the play, whatever.
Yes.
But I have never, in all the football I've watched, all the football I've played, I have never seen a call made.
I mean, we were lined up to play, like, run the next snap.
Yeah. Stuff starts getting thrown on the field. And then all of a sudden, after they've done, adjusted everything, moved the ball, we're about to play again. And 5 minutes later, they get all trash off the field to say, hey, by the way, we're just kidding.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. Like, that's got to be done when you have that original meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Because all that does, and I mean, again, we all listen to college football podcasts. We all watch college football pretty much sun up to sundown a lot, like during this time of the year. So that's all these podcasts have been talking about for the most part, has been the standard now that you have put in sports in general, not just in college football, not just big games. What's going to end up happening? You're going to have some team that sucks and they don't like the call, and their fans are going to go insane and start throwing stuff, and then
I think you're going to have fans try it. I don't think it'll ever work again.
No, I agree. It doesn't.
I don't think it'll ever work again. I say, for one, Texas is being fined $250,000. They have fans currently getting text messages. I've seen the screenshot.
Yeah,
saying that your tickets are revoked.
They're students.
Yeah, their tickets are being revoked. And every referee has seen the backlash from it, even though they got the call right. Overall, I think we can all agree they ended up getting the call correct.
For sure.
Yes.
I think everybody agrees on that. But the way it went about, you cannot tell me that them seeing that on that Jumbotron over and over and over again did not change anything.
Yeah.
Or did not have a play in it. There's no way you can tell me that.
Right.
And so I think
it happens this weekend. I think trash is on the field this weekend somehow.
Oh, for sure. In one of these big games, there's going to be trash on the field. But I don't think you see a call overturned from it again.
No, I don't think.
I think that was a one-time deal, and everybody's like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah. Which, by the way, a lot of these stadiums have like super high-tech cameras, security cameras. Like Texas is talking about, they have like, I seen a thing where they have like Face ID cameras in their facility. Like,
yeah,
like they know exactly who threw this stuff.
100%.
Which is insane, by the way. You're talking about a stadium with, I think they said 105 and some change thousand people, and you have a camera that can pick my face out of all these other jokers. That's wild. But
wild.
I mean, hey, play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, right?
I will say, so I've kind of always been a fan of Sarkisian.
I love
this. I thought he's a good coach. I love that as stuff was being thrown on the field, he's not just sitting there saying, hey, y'all caused this mess. Y'all made a BS call. This is on y'all. that joker while pulling everybody else off the sideline. He got, Georgia players were backing up. He got all the Texas players on the field. Then he himself walked over there and was like, hey, cut the crap out.
Yeah.
Like, we still got a football game to play, and y'all are acting stupid.
And also, I believe that should be a penalty, right? Like,
It is supposed to be a penalty. I think the SEC even said that.
like bands can't play while the other offense is on field. That's unsportsmanlike. Something, it's unsportsmanlike. Same thing with like the stadium can't play music while the opposite team. You can do whatever you want when your team's on the field, on offense.
But once they line up, it's also like even the Mississippi State Cowbells.
Yeah,
that is supposed to stop once the other team, the opposing offense, lines up.
Yeah. So it's like, if something gets thrown on the field, it's supposed to be unsportsmanlike. Technically, obviously, it's on the stadium, but it goes to the home team. Home team. So like, Texas.
What's great is we saw the first beer can get thrown on the field, right? That was more towards the middle of the field. That wasn't even from the student section.
No.
And it's like they saw it and said, "Oh yeah, let's go." And
I didn't think about that.
Stuff. Yeah. I'm not lying, dude. I ain't never seen that many bottles get picked up so fast.
Dude, they had
That was
crazy. I mean, there was everybody out there. Like,
yeah, it was insane.
it was quick. I will say
It was crazy. Imagine the ones that didn't make it all the way down and smack someone upside the head.
Oh, you had people from the upper deck too.
Oh yeah,
The very top row of the stadium.
I can make this.
yeah.
If you do make it, sign that guy.
Yeah. Oh, this will kind of be. I guess we'll probably. This will be like the last thing, and then we can probably get Robbie on here if he's ready. Did y'all see where the Arizona State? Did I send y'all that thing? Arizona State coach was like, "I'm putting an email out and a thing. If you're a student at Arizona State and you can kick a football, I'm having open tryouts tomorrow because I got to find somebody who can make a field goal."
I didn't know that was legit. Was that for real?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, brother. Talk about losing your starting position.
College game days done had 2 people on there that's freaking kicked 40-yard field goals.
That's wild, bro. He's like, I'm done with it. I'm done with it. So, but yeah, so this one may go a little bit longer. Like I said, it was a big game this week. Lots happened.
We didn't even get into the Bama Tennessee game.
We didn't even get into it at all. We're already 47 minutes into this thing.
All right, let me tell him to jump in.
Get him on here, and we'll talk about some hunting that happened this weekend. And
some killing that happened this weekend.
Got some killing going on, which is always a great thing for opening day of rifle season. But yeah. Oh, what's
going on?
What's going on, guys?
This chucker?
What's up, Bubba?
It's past your bedtime, ain't it?
Yeah, no kidding.
It's getting close.
Boy, look like he just rolled out of the bed. I ain't gonna lie.
Got a hat on side. I feel like he had a long night of drinking.
Nope, not this guy.
Oh,
Not tonight, at least.
Exactly.
No, he's been on the up and up. He said Georgia won. I had a nice, good old weekend in the woods. He said, I'm chilling.
that was Saturday morning or Sunday morning?
Saturday evening.
That was an evening hunt?
That was an evening hunt.
Dang, and you was back in time to take a picture in daytime? I should have known. Like, sugar ain't sitting in the dark.
Already, it's go. Oh, God.
No. Obviously, y'all know, everybody listening, y'all have seen this guy many a times and lots of videos. I think all of the videos, if I'm not mistaken. But Robbie was able to get him something this weekend. All I've seen is the picture of it. I don't even know the story behind it. So this is my raw reaction to it as well.
I don't either. All I know is it's your first buck ever, correct?
First buck ever, and little backstory, it's my 3rd deer in my entire life.
Nice. I got to apologize for the video here real quick. I got to turn this guy up. He talks like a quiet guy. Oh, go away. Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. All right. So, well, Seth, have you heard the story already?
I've heard, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
And now that joke is so loud. Holy cow. Let's find the happy medium here. All right. Okay. Well, let's get into it, dude. Let's hear it.
All right. Not much. Friday evening, I knew I wasn't gonna hunt Sunday morning or Saturday morning. Just had too much going on. Couldn't pick where I wanted to hunt. Couldn't decide, I guess.
Now, this is family property?
Yes. So this is family property. This is my wife's family's properties that I've got access to hunt. It's like 5 minutes from my parents' house, if even that. It was an old farm field. They farmed a bunch of the fields in the back, and the lease for the farming actually just, I don't know if it didn't go up. The farmer had something to do with insurance. He's like, I'm not gonna farm it no more because he has to drive tractors on the road. I think it was too much on insurance. Anyways, so the field's like 4 foot high in the back. It's tall. So Saturday, I get up and I see, talk to Seth, all y'all's deer that y'all were seeing. He kind of told me. And so I decided.
Spoiling anything?
My brother just playing. That's what I got him. What y'all said. And so I told my wife.
Football.
Should have known. My wife, me and my wife went and voted Saturday afternoon, and then I told her, I was like, I'm hunting that night. And
It's illegal to hunt at night.
afternoon. Okay.
Go ahead and bust yourself out. We was trying to keep it on the down low. He shot his buck, pitch black.
Actually, we all know that's not true. This man's not sitting in the dark, period.
No.
Anyway, sorry. Okay, continue.
So I up in the truck at like 4:15 and drive. I'm like, I'm gonna get out there really late. Get seated, have no idea where I'm sitting. I've put corn out one time this year, and the only plan I had to hunt this property was get a tripod stand out there. And Dad's got access to one at his property. So I was like, screw it, I'll go ground hunt. So I took a little seat, walked along the edge of the field, just picked a random spot, tucked up in against the tree, and just sat. And I knew the way that where the deer had been coming from. And so I was just sitting there. I think I was playing a game on my phone or looking somewhere else. I don't even really know what I was doing before I saw the deer. I just remember looking up and he's walking at me from the field. And I was able to get my gun, and I had a span of about 5 seconds from the time I put my gun, to try to get my gun up quietly and smoothly to where he was going to kind of turn and walk away from me before I wouldn't see him anymore. So it was, as Shane likes to call it, I took a quick shot, and it was a quick shot.
No, that's just a U shot.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, that's exactly what it was. I had zero time. I put it high shoulder, held it there, and I actually hit him back a little bit, spined him and dropped him, and then I had to put another one in the neck to finish him. I happened to see it was horns, antlers, whatever. You guys can, those of you that care if it's horns or antlers, whatever. I don't really care. Yeah, there actually is a difference, and there's like it's a big thing for some hunters, for avid hunters.
That's
So
like a
they'll,
keyboard warrior thing right there.
yeah. I really didn't care as long as it didn't have spots. I want to meet in the freezer. And for those of you that have watched or listened to the podcast, my hunting season last year was trash. I managed to get a pig at the end of the season, so I was happy about that. But this starting off opening day. First buck, it was a basket 8, little basket 8 points, and yeah, I'm very happy with it. I just ground up the meat tonight. Actually, got it home. I think we figured about 50 to 60 pounds of meat off that deer. So
Pretty good.
Not too shabby.
I go. Anybody's got anything to say about what another person shoots as far as a buck can kick rocks? For one, I'm a firm believer in if it is your biggest buck yet, pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because it's not somebody else's biggest buck, what does it matter? If it's your biggest buck, if it is your personal best, pull the freaking trigger.
I have
You'll remember that. You'll remember that for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for
What you won't remember is saying, "Oh man, that little basket 8 I let walk." You're not gonna remember that.
Yeah, and you know what happens to that
if you
basket
do,
eight?
you'd be like, man, I wish I would have shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what happens to it? You never see it again probably because somebody else is going to shoot it.
So now at this point, like he's finally got one under his belt. All right.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to give him crap about, for one, that's insane. It's his first buck
Yeah.
ever. Third deer ever.
Yep.
And so now he's got one under his belt. He could be a little bit more picky if he wants to. And if he wants to go and shoot one the same way, as long as it's legal, what does it matter?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I get the whole quality deer management and all that stuff. I actually agree with it, but you're not going to hear me unless somebody makes a habit out of shooting, spikes and 4 points and all that stuff. You're not going to hear me say much about what somebody else is shooting.
Yeah.
Especially on land that you're trying to manage. Like obviously if you're out in public land,
That's one thing.
obviously you don't want to shoot young deer, but you also public land, somebody's going to shoot it. Like there's nobody out there like managing anything. So what's it like, at that point?
It's literally on your tags. You could do it.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
if you don't like it, then you need to vote somebody in office that agrees with you and get them to pass a bill.
yeah.
That's all I got to say about it. If it's legal, you ain't got no right to say nothing to nobody.
So but it's
For one, half of y'all that are gonna say something about him shooting a basket rack 8. Y'all were shooting deer at night and baiting deer on public lands. I don't want to hear it.
Right.
I heard that. Call him out. Drop her name. I'm just saying. Y'all want to talk about shooting big bucks? It's what he did is legal. Your big bucks you got hanging on the wall come from some public land at night. Like I don't want to hear.
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean
Not that one, by the way. That was legal. That was a morning hunt, and that's not a big buck.
he pointed right at it, didn't he?
I did too. I realized that afterwards. So I was afraid I'd get that out there because I'm sure, there's going to
man.
be that comment. It is what it is. It's your first buck. I will say sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. That was
Really?
that spot was all luck. I mean, I had like
Most of hunting's luck. Man, like you can you can do stuff to put yourself in a good situation, but it's
Can't
still
let
lucky.
deer walk out in front.
Yeah, it's still lucky when the deer walks out in front of you.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I actually just found out today there's a hunting club, a dog hunting club back behind that property. One of the guys I work with, he's a part of that hunting club. So,
That deer wouldn't have made it through the season anyway. They don't discriminate at all.
Well, they can't. They all
They
see
can't
is
tell.
brown.
Yeah.
No, and that club specifically has about 50 members, he said. So, it can get pretty hectic out there. But I think it's on 3,500 acres, if I'm not mistaken, is what he told me today.
Well, there's a minimum. I can't remember what the minimum is, but there's a minimum amount of acres that dog clubs have to have
Yeah.
in order to be able to have it.
Yeah.
So he kind of gave me some tips of that property. He said, if I know when he's running dogs, sit out there with a shotgun or buckshot. Never know what's going to come out there. That property, I'm going to try to manage it as best as I can.
How many acres is it?
The back part, the whole entire property is like 40 acres, but that back field specifically is 24.
I'll be honest with you. There's not much you're gonna be able to do as far as management. You can't,
Especially not with a
you
not
can't
with
keep
dog
deer
club.
on 40 acres and you got a dog club behind you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Being able to manage that is
Going to be
pretty much impossible.
yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that's changed from the previous years is it's not farmed. So instead of
It's just all grown up. They do
It's
have.
all-
That has
have
to be
a-
good.
Yeah, they got somewhere to bed.
and that's
Managing it is because especially come time for the rut and all that stuff, dude. you're gonna have deer show up that you never even knew were on that property. You're gonna have deer that been on that property every single day, not be on that property for a month.
Yeah.
You got a camera out there?
Oh, I do, but it's just a regular camera that I got to keep taking to
SD card out.
card out there, and it is a pain in the butt. Cellular cameras have spoiled me, so I'm gonna look at getting another cellular camera. Trying to figure out what I want, something that'll just get the job done. I had one, but I didn't really like it, so I'm looking at the Moultrie Edge. Heard a lot of good things about them.
I have heard a lot of good things about theirs.
Shout out. Y'all trying to sponsor? What's up?
Not shooting basket rack eights. I'm just messed up with this.
So
I had to, man.
somebody
Says the one about to. Never mind. I'll let him tell his own
I'm
story.
I'm the only one that can make fun of Robbie. Okay, if any of y'all other people try making fun of Robbie, we're gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
That's his
I'm
work.
not talking about y'all. I'm not talking about
Us-
y'all.
The people in this little square here are the ones who get to make fun of him for the deer because he's gonna make fun of us for shooting a small deer too. That's how.
No, it's not true.
That's how he's.
He's not gonna make fun of us about doing anything.
That is true. I forgot about that. He just gets made fun of and doesn't say.
Yeah, he just.
I don't know how to dish it out. I just take it.
Plus, I'm not gonna lie. I'm being real nice about him shooting the basketball egg because I almost smoked the nub this weekend. I did. Me and Andy were sitting together Saturday morning, and the new food plot that we made out there at the property is where we were sitting, and I don't even know what time it was.
It was after.
I have no idea what time it was. We heard something right to our right, and look, and we've actually had some pigs on the property lately, which we'll get to that here in a little bit. And so we were hoping that, we knew we had a really good chance at deer, and we also knew we had a good chance at pigs. And so I looked, and I just got a quick glimpse. I don't know what exactly I saw, but it looked real dark. I was like, oh my God, it's the pigs. And as soon as I said that to Andy, the deer picked his head up. I was like, that's definitely not a pig. That's a deer.
Yeah.
And so I was walking straight towards the stand.
Yeah.
And then it turned and it went to go out into the field. And I thought it was a doe. I was debating on shooting it. I actually said I wasn't going to shoot it at first. I told Andy, like, hey, if you want to take it, go ahead. He goes, I mean, I don't think it's that small of a doe. And I was like, I mean, obviously we ain't shot anything this year. Basically out of deer meat. It's like, go ahead and get some meat in the freezer. So after like 10 to 15 minutes of watching this deer, I pick my gun up, put it up there, get it in the crosshairs, and it turns perfect. I was like, all right, this is it. And so take the gun off safety, mid squeeze, mid trigger squeeze. It's a good thing I don't shoot like Robbie. Robbie takes the gun off safety and then boom, he's just pulling the trigger. I'm mid squeeze and it turns. So I let off the trigger and I'm waiting for it to see what it's going to do. And it turns and it's looking directly at me with its head down eating. And I look and there's two dark spots on its head. I was like, oh my gosh, is this a nub? And so I looked closer. I was like, oh my, I almost just smoked a nub buck. I mean, if it would have been another half a second, that jerk would have been on the ground and I would have been pretty upset.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we try to look for that. Sometimes it's going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
We do our best to not make it happen. But it almost happened again.
The good thing is that that spot's not probably 50 yards.
Yeah.
So where
That was where me and Brittany were sitting. That deer was getting smoked. Brittany was going to put that sucker in the dirt.
Yeah, I mean, so we were in the best spot to be able to tell.
Which I did bring my binoculars just to try to help with that situation. Like that's like the main reason. Because when I shot my nub buck last year, I was pretty ticked off about it.
Yeah,
but I mean, it is what it is.
I did learn
to bought binoculars to try to see if I could see it.
Yeah. I did learn a valuable lesson where that deer, when it was walking towards us, it was 15 yards max.
Yeah, that's
From y'all?
yeah.
From us. It was walking towards
You know
the
that
stand.
down the tree that got blown down from the storm that's right beside the
It was walking straight to the stand.
it come in right beside that tree.
That's cool.
I mean, that deer was extremely close. And so I was so confident it was a doe. I mean, like in my head, I think if this enough, I'll see it at 15 yards.
Oh yeah, you would
Right.
think.
And apparently I just wasn't paying enough attention.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's no way if you're actually paying close enough attention. So, like, I learned a lesson that whenever I get that close to a deer, I need to make sure I pay attention because apparently we have a bunch of nub bucks. Because I feel like it seems like one a year gets taken over there. So got to pay more attention to that because I dang sure almost messed up and I would have been highly upset. I mean, it's meat in the freezer. It's cool. It's just my theory is if I'm going meat hunting, I might as well just shoot a doe. There's no reason in shooting a nub buck, a spike, or what you don't consider a shooter buck or anything like that. And
Especially this is property we're trying to manage too.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like if you want a meat hunt, just go and shoot. I'm me personally, I'm gonna go and shoot a doe.
Now
But yeah, I almost did not do that this weekend.
That is a fact.
Now we were recording, but we have some sweet video
Yeah, we just
of that deer. I mean, it was in front of us between 15 and 30 yards for a solid 15 minutes.
yeah.
And I think it only had an idea that we were there towards the end.
Yeah.
I mean, there was like 3 different times I went to go lead the field and then came back and started eating the corn again. And then we'll go to lead the field, come back, start eating the corn. That he wasn't worried about anything.
No.
He has no idea he was a half a second away from death.
The thing is though, like I was thinking for a good portion of the like beginning of him being in there, I was thinking something else was coming because he kept looking where he come from. And then he'd look over behind us and he'd look back where he came from. And it's like he's watching something. Nothing ever showed up.
And me and Andy sat from what time we get in the stand? 6:15?
Yeah, about
roughly, yeah.
From 6:15 till 10:40.
Wow.
First sit of the year. 4.5 hours.
yeah, bro. That's a long time.
Oh yes.
That's a sit.
Seth went to the house, ate some breakfast, and come back and sat again.
For an hour and a half. But I would have sat longer, but I had my wife with me. She's pregnant. She's ready to get something to eat.
Hey,
But I'm not gonna lie, that stand that we were in, that's an easy. If
Oh.
you're going to sit for a long time, that's an easy stand to go and sit for a while.
yeah. Also, FYI, we're all like on the bigger side of guys. The entrance
Yeah, that hole gets tight.
might need to get a little
didn't-
bigger.
I didn't make the entrance hole.
Whoever did is expected to be small because
Guy we got it from was a crackhead. He was tiny.
Okay,
I can
that
tell.
makes sense.
because like
I think the same thing when I got it.
it's like brother, this thing is freaking tiny. And we're the first time we're doing it in a like pitch black.
Yeah.
Like I mean, well,
Have you heard that
moonlight
song, the fat guy on a little boat or whatever?
it's from the movie. It's from a movie talking about a fat guy in a little coat.
In a little coat. That's
yeah,
what it is.
fat guy in a little coat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
That's
I felt
what I
like.
was just what I was thinking. Me and Andy were getting in that stand, and then we were going to get out at like what time were we talking about getting out? Like 9:30, 9:45, something
Yeah.
like that. Basically, Ryder said hey, I'm sitting in the stand that he was sitting at. We would have had to walk by to get out.
Yeah,
I was like, "Bum, we're gonna hang tight for a little bit, but for this last hour or whatever we sit, I have got to go pee. Like there was no option. I had a whole daggum thing of coffee that I drink on the way in. Didn't plan on sitting 4.5 hours.
yeah,
I felt like we had movement around us for so long.
yeah.
For one, you want to let them get out of there so we don't spook them, because we spooked a god awful amount of deer going in.
Man, it was bad.
A little aggravating. Like
Yeah.
I'm not a little aggravating. This was very aggravating.
To the point I turned around at one point in time and told Ann, said, we're about to go back to the house because we're going to blow every single deer on this property off here if we keep on.
Yeah, it was
The only reason we kept going is because they were blowing and then running about 30 yards and stopping. Like they weren't taking off.
Yeah, they didn't.
Forever. You
They
could,
didn't
you know,
want to leave. They were just
Yeah.
like, somebody's back here.
They're like, what the frick, bro?
Yeah. So, but we had movement around us all morning until probably the last 35, 40 minutes of the hunt. But we had, me and Andy both, we
Yeah.
were like, we're going to sit for any long. We've got to get out of here and go take a leak.
Probably good to stand up too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was also a little short.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're
Almost,
sitting
I
down.
did almost raise that roof whenever I redid the roof because I connected the roofs.
Yeah.
But
I think
didn't-
it's fine.
It works fine when you're sitting
yeah.
down. You can't stand up in it.
yeah,
And then there's plenty of room for two people. The getting in and out is kind of aggravating, but
Yeah.
no big deal. You'll deal with it. And then when you're sitting down, like I said, the height doesn't really matter except for whenever you try to move around in there.
Yeah.
And you got two overweight guys hunched over in a freaking in a stand trying to get in and out.
Yeah.
It gets tight.
That getting in and out of that was funny, especially once you could see what you're doing and you're like, this is what I squeezed through. Like, this is crazy. So what, y'all, your Saturday, Seth, let's run through those and then,
close
Talk
it
about-
out. Oh no, we gotta talk about
you can
something more.
Yeah, you can run through, I mean, because
It's-
y'all saw
it-
something, right?
Yeah, we seen 2 deer, and it was right at shooting time, and we didn't see nothing else the rest of the time. But so me and Brittany went and got in the stand. We call it Wasp Nest.
Rightfully so.
The show.
Currently, right now, there's like 15 to probably close to 30 wasps dead in it.
That's so bad.
They were coming out of the walls.
Oh, wow.
Really gonna have to call an exterminator.
I know I was the exterminator. But so we didn't open the windows till about 2-3 minutes before shooting time, and I didn't know, and that's when I opened up my window, and I was like, no, I don't see nothing. And there is one tree. That's the only place I can think it was hiding, because I would have seen it, or it wasn't out there. And I was just talking to her, and within 2 minutes, which can happen, it was out there. The biggest buck on the property ended up showing up. We call him Pirate. But so she goes, all right, I'm gonna open up my window. I was like, okay. And while she's doing that, I look and I said, big buck, big buck, big buck. She goes, no, and she opens up her window and just stares, right? and so I'm trying to get the camera on it, and then after about, and it goes to the side of the field, and it just stops, and I look over at her, and she's still. I was like, get the window up, and so she starts finally doing the thing with the window, because the window situation in that stand is stupid.
That's the stand that we had a pine tree fall on.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like,
So we had to
Couple
repair it.
yeah. That it worked.
It's not fully repaired.
No, it's band-aided
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's struggling to get the window to stay open with the piece of string. She can't get the string to get untangled. And by this time, I see another deer, and it was either a little 4-point, a little spike. It was still really dark, so it's kind of hard to tell. I knew the other one because, like, as soon as I seen rack, and I knew what buck that was. And so I didn't have my gun. This was for her to she didn't even really care to shoot a doe. She really wanted to shoot that buck. Like, that was like the whole reason she wanted to go opening day.
I've been smacking me about it the day before. Me and her got a little friendly competition going on.
And
And she's got the advantage.
yeah.
she lives it.
So I get out of my seat, get over there, and get it untangled and get the window up. Obviously, by then, the little buck followed the big buck, and there's nothing in the field. And so I look at her, I was like, what were you doing? I just froze with I didn't know what to do. That's what I was thinking. I was like, you didn't know what to do with your hands. So it was kind of funny, but yeah, it was kind of, I mean, it's always cool to see for sure a big buck like that. I mean,
Yeah, especially in front of you.
it's a little, from the pictures, I obviously don't have it in my hands. It looks smaller than this one, but it's a nice buck. So
I think a lot of that buck behind you is one of a kind. That is very unique.
yeah. He definitely, I don't know what he did to his antlers, but that homie, it looks jacked up. Like, and that's how it was. Like the people that did the mount didn't mess it up. Like that's how it was when I shot it. But we can get into Sunday morning where we were able to let some lead fly.
Yeah.
I'm watching my dog chase a spider.
We were gonna hunt Sunday morning because we blew so many deer.
We didn't hunt Sunday morning.
No, but I'm saying like that was the reason why. Well, Georgia, ended pretty late. Me and Shane were too hyped. We stayed up to past 2 a.m.
I wasn't even supposed to stay at his house Saturday night, and then the game started late, and I knew basically the time the game started, I was like, I'm sleeping here tonight.
Yeah. So we get up, and I go ahead and get ready for church, and I'm in my church clothes, and I'm getting pictures of deer in the field, blah, blah, normal stuff when you don't go hunting, they show up. I mean, he having technical difficulties. I'm not sure what's going on. You good, pal? You killed the spider for him?
I had to kill the spider because he wouldn't leave it alone. He's about to knock everything over.
So, about 30 minutes after getting the deer pictures and all that, my phone goes off again. I'm in the middle of making pancakes for everybody, and I look at my phone and I was like, "Oh no, no! I got a couple pigs in the corn." My assumption is they scared the deer off because pigs they've been around for, I don't know, not very long, and so they're probably not used to them being around, and they probably bumped the deer out and just started eating the corn. So I said, Shane,
and they will wipe out some corn.
Yeah, and they'll also ruin a food plot and ruin property. Like pigs.
They done ruined. Behind my house is nothing but rude.
I mean, pigs are a problem.
I've had the chance to get rid of them already once. Main reason I didn't is because I wouldn't have had help, and I'm not just going to shoot them and leave them. Personally,
yeah.
So I was like, Shane, the pigs are out there, bro. Right now. He's like, right now? I said, right now. He's like, for real? I was like, for real.
Well, okay, now a little backstory to that. We were getting ready to watch a football game, I'm pretty sure, the week before, and it says like, pigs, they're in there. So we all hop up and we go to running out there. I'm like, what time did the camera say they were out there? And he's like, oh, let me check. And it was like 7 o'clock in the morning. It was like 4 in the afternoon. I was like, what?
Yeah.
So he's warned.
So many pictures got sent that night. It couldn't keep up. But yeah, so I actually did make sure the time was right.
Yeah.
Like, let me look. Yeah. But yeah, so me and Shane, we actually have a video of it. We'll probably post somewhere. And we had a no. I mean, we can post it. Just get taken down. We yeah, who cares? We had a little pig shooting. Me and Shane. The killed the big one, and then how many piglets were there? 5, 6. 6.
I think it was 6 total pigs. So
yeah, it was 5 piglets, and yeah. So I shot the big one, shot the mama, and then I started shooting the little ones, right? And then Shane stops the video and goes, "Hey, let me shoot some." Yeah, I was like, "Okay." So he starts shooting, And
Now we were gonna let if they would have ran, we weren't gonna chase after them.
no, because they'd have been back later on, and
They just
shot them.
run 5
They come-
yards into the woods and
Come
they
right back.
come right back out.
Yeah.
And
That's also something pigs are. Dumb.
well, they're smart, but they're so fearless it makes them dumb.
Yeah.
It's very confusing.
Yeah,
They make dumb decisions based off of not being scared of anything,
because they don't have to be in the woods. They're the biggest, baddest thing.
but they
They're
are
not messing with a pig.
like they're actually extremely intelligent.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they'd run 5 yards in and come back out, and pigs, hush. Pigs at I think it's 6 months old.
Yeah,
And it's
6 months.
something young.
Very
Yeah.
young. They can reproduce.
Reproduce.
Oh yeah.
And then it's a lot. It's a lot.
I mean, a 6-month-old pig can have 6, 8 little piglets. That's why we killed all of them, like the piglets and all. Like,
Yeah, there's now
don't need them on the property.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's just, they'll ruin. Pigs will ruin property.
No, the farmers around are not going to be upset that we got rid of them.
No, I mean, my uncle lives a half mile down the road. They've been on their property, and the guy that's in between us, he's got pictures of them on his property. They've been around. They've been around the block eating corn and messing up stuff already. So
And we got some other people on the other side of Cobbtown that's got pigs on their property that's
yeah. So
screwing everything up. So
yeah,
they're a problem. They're not a problem on our property no more.
nope.
No.
But I'm not gonna lie. You said that you didn't want to shoot them and leave them, and you want to wait till you had help. My God, by the time we got done, I was like, I wouldn't mind leaving some of these. That took forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
I ain't gonna lie, that pig that I shot at Tuckahoe, that was some of the best pork I've ever had.
If you do it right, it's good. They get a bad rep because a lot of people don't know how to make it properly.
I let
Yeah.
mine sit and cool, and clean, the blood and all was draining out of ice. I just kept ice on it for a week and a half in a cooler.
That's so long. I feel like
That's so long.
But I'll tell
I
you,
mean, it worked out.
But we do Coke. I've heard of some people doing, I think, what is it, Kool-Aid or something like that?
Yeah, vinegar, apple cider vinegar.
Yeah.
the processor that I called it, because I don't have a way to process the actual meat myself. The guy who I called that was going to do it, I asked him about do I need to put them in anything as far as Coke? I had no idea. Milk. Who knows? I'd never killed a pig before, so he's like, no, just keep ice on it. Keep the blood drained out of the ice. So all right,
Yep. That works.
it worked out pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, that pork was very good.
I just cooked up jalapeno cheddar
Did you?
2 days ago.
Oh,
Yup. Pulled that out of my freezer. That was so good.
Dude, that stuff's been gone at my house, and I don't even eat groceries at my house. I ate it probably for.
I think we're pretty
Some
much
week.
out of pretty much all wild game.
I think all I have is a little bit of deer sausage left, actual links, for sausage dog type stuff.
I don't know how much deer meat I got. I don't know if I'm completely out.
I think-
I'm
We're not. We're getting real close.
I'm pretty sure all my tuna that I had left and all the deer meat that I had in my shop freezer got trashed due to the storm. I
Yeah.
haven't even went out there and looked at that freezer. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh, you better do that before the Florida.
My
game.
God.
I ain't going.
No, it don't stink.
Well, it's all
all
frozen, so it's not.
It's not gonna stink. It's just
Yeah.
You're never gonna get that smell completely out that freezer.
Well, the good thing is I had a generator that would run it, but it didn't run it. I don't think it ran it. It never got hot, but it stayed cool in the freezer, so nothing ever got hot in there.
Okay.
Like
so
to
it
actually
didn't
start-
start stinking. I said once all that stuff starts stinking in there,
Yeah, you'll yeah.
You never get the smell. You can like make the smell bearable.
Yeah.
But you'll never get it all the way out.
It doesn't stink in there. I know that for a fact. I've been in the shop. I was in there yesterday. But anyways, we probably should get up out of here. We're at an hour and a half.
Right?
Wow.
So
We could have went longer because we had more stuff to talk about with the Georgia game.
yeah,
We didn't get to talking about how bad the offense was.
Yeah, we didn't.
Okay, we can't get started on that. We'll be.
No.
I almost went off on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I do want to hear your take on it after we get done with this. But I've got to go pee, so let's wrap this thing up.
well, I guess before we get out of here, let's plug the social media one more time.
We have a Facebook page, YouTube channel, a TikTok, and an Instagram. Y'all go like, follow, subscribe. Y'all give us some interaction. It'll be greatly appreciated. Everything is at The Southern Roots.
Yep. Again, apologize for it being a long one this week, but I feel like it's been a pretty good one. A lot's happened in the last week. Really, it all happened within 2 days. We just sat here and talked about it for a while. Anyways, if you've enjoyed it, make sure you drop a like, comment, and all that cool stuff. But with that being said, guys, this has been another episode of the Southern Roots Podcast. I'm Andy.
I'm Seth.
I'm Robbie.
And I'm saying, remember, always keep the Southerners